You're here for the mid-morning break room. With me, I have the normal cast and crew. I have Nascarman 3345, the Landshark pick, actually just Landshark picker. He is the one and only, but crew. I have Nascarman 3345, the Landshark pick, actually just Landshark picker. He is the one and only, but crew. All right, who done it? Who done it?
I did it. That was me.
All right. Then
that was the original one.
Yep, the original
OG
man. And we have Tommy, the Bargain Effect, the man, the myth, the legend, the king of merch in the house. So we just welcome you guys. I'm going to let the guys go ahead and introduce themselves quickly. I know by now most of you know us, but for the benefit of anyone who is new here, Nala, you don't know who they are, do you? Nala wants to know who you guys are.
She's introducing herself.
Yep. Yeah. I know. She just had a bath, so she's like all wrapped up in it. No, don't you? No.
I've not had the pleasure of giving a cat a bath. I've had cats all my life. I've never bathed one.
Come here, kitty.
I hate that I missed out on that experience. I hate that I missed out on that experience.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that it would be much fun. But
a lot of people are having problems with their internet today. Some reseller saying she's having trouble with her signal also.
Well, that's not good.
Nice. You paid the bill, it'll work.
Guys, I'm Nascarman. Yep.
Go ahead.
You know me. Monday Night Auctions, Mercari, and my Friday Night Racing, which we still have cars available for, guys. On over to Landshark.
Hey, it's Craig. Here in the great state of Alabama, Landshark Picker is my channel. If you're not subscribed, be sure you subscribe to Anthony up there. Don't subscribe to my channel. It's no good. You won't like it. All the same platforms as everybody else: eBay, Mercari, Amazon, et cetera, et cetera. Watch today's intro, and you'll get the same information.
Sure, and I'm Tommy the Bargain Effect, Central Wisconsin reseller. Same thing that just about everybody else does as far as sourcing and selling. Sell eBay, Mercari, 2 primaries, sourcing everywhere else, everybody else does. And branching out and doing some self-printed merch. So we're trying to generate another revenue stream.
Yeah, so if anybody needs that for your YouTube channel or for anything, even if it's like, say you have a full-time job and the company is looking for some kind of merch, reach out to Tommy. He has some really awesome ideas of how to get stuff done cheap, like much cheaper than even big companies. So I think it's going to be very, very beneficial to this community. And I already told him, man, like once he gets up and rolling, I'll be his first customer.
That we're
you go buy some Nascarman merch?
Pants.
We're actually going to play on the bargain effect and try to pass that bargain effect on to customers on deeply discounted stuff.
Yep. And Kelly the Ecom Mom Ward definitely made a great point. I was just asking Craig, like, hey, are you subbed to me on Landshark Picker Live? Guys, I can't be at 666. That's just not right.
I'll unsub if you want me to unsub.
It's real great.
I mean, I would rather keep the stuff.
I'm showing 667.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
You so you're good.
Okay, I'll unsub, and then as soon as somebody else subs, I'll sub back.
Well, the weird thing is I was at 667, and then somebody unsubbed last night. I was like, oh, come on now.
Uh-oh. Like, we need to get you up over that hump for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I appreciate that, guys.
How is it already Thursday this week?
This week is flying, man. Like, big time.
Well, Monday and Tuesday were probably a blur for you, Anthony.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I was like dead man walking on Monday.
You put out really early Monday morning, didn't you?
Dude, I didn't even tell you guys what happened Sunday night. So I get back to the hotel. What was it, like 9, 10 o'clock, Derek? After like we finally said goodbye to the family and everything. So I get back to the hotel, slide my key in the card, or my key card in the door, and I go in. The hotel is like reset. Like all my stuff is gone. And I'm like, what the heck is going on here? So I go to the front desk, like, dude, where's my stuff? What's going on? He goes, oh, well, today's your checkout day. I was like, no, it's not. Tomorrow's my checkout day. Yeah. And so pretty much like I fought with the guy for like a minute here, and like I was getting irate. Like, and it's not like me to get irate because I'm pretty like chill, but like I was irate. He was like, "Look, man, it says right here you booked for 5 days, and this is your checkout date." I said, "Well, what date does it show that I checked in?" He goes, "The 4th." I was like, "Well, it's the 8th right now." Between 4 and 8, how many are there? I'm like counting on my fingers. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and there's 4. You know what I mean? And I'm talking to him like he's a moron, even though he's a character. But like I'm mad because they took everything. Like I had my CPAP, which is a medical device. You know what I mean? Like I had a week's worth of change that they never even gave back to me. Who knows who pocketed that? You know what I mean? Which I'm not that mad about change, but the fact that they like took all my stuff, you know what I mean? They had my laptop, which is super expensive, you know, just like everything, you know what I mean? And like everything was just thrown into garbage bags. I had no idea what was where. And I was just so mad. But yeah, it's like, dude, I'm here for 5 days. Like I booked for 5 days. You can see I'm here for 5 days, but you're telling me on the 8th, when I checked in on the 4th, is the 5th day. It makes no sense in any way you look at it. So there was nothing he could do either. He was just a desk man that was there.
So, up in Rhode Island, they don't get many guests up in Rhode Island that often, so they probably weren't.
But yeah, it was just
what's that, Dave? Here's the sad part. He was in Massachusetts. He wasn't in Rhode Island.
Oh, that makes it even worse.
Yep. Yeah, I was close to Foxborough. Made me want to vomit. But
they probably saw your Pittsburgh stuff and said, "We'll teach this guy a lesson."
I was wearing the jersey at the time too. But yeah, man, it had me so upset. I had to end up throwing another night on my credit card just because they set it up wrong. They wouldn't even credit me the night for screwing up on their end.
Wow.
So like I was highly upset. I mean, to be honest with you too, it was like not even a good motel. There were many days and nothing against drug addicts because like I used to work with them a lot, but there were always drug addicts like sitting out front every morning and like walking down the halls, like literally the entire place smelled like weed. And then like seriously, it sounded like a porno going off as you walked through the halls too, because there were so many like you know what I mean, like moans and stuff. Like I know a lot of people go to the motel for that, but I mean,
all right. I got a question.
I feel like they were running a different establishment there.
Did you pay by the hour or by the minute or by the night? How did you pay?
No, it was by the night that they charge you. But yeah, it was bad there, man. Like seriously, I felt like I was in a trap house or something.
I stayed in a place. We were going over to Starkville, which is where Mississippi State is, which is hard for me to say considering I'm an Ole Miss fan. It's like Alabama and Auburn, Penn State and Pitt, you know, the typical rival school. Yeah. And that's where my daughter went for a year. And we went over for a football game and decided to go at the last minute, made our reservations a little bit outside of town and ended up it wasn't quite that bad, but it was borderline being like that. I was like, because obviously you look at the website and you see the pictures like, oh, this is a decent place for the price I'm paying.
Yeah.
And you get there and it's like a mess.
Yeah. I mean, there were like little gnats in there and stuff like in my hotel room. There was no fridge in there. They didn't even have a Bible in the room. You know, not that I don't have one on my phone, but I mean, like, what kind of hotel room don't have at least a Bible in there?
Right.
But yeah,
there used to be a Howard Johnson's before it was a Motel 6.
Yeah. And the thing that sucks is I very easily could have gone to one of the other hotels that had pools and like amenities. And the website said that they had free morning breakfast. They didn't have no breakfast. They had coffee that was never made because and get this, hold on, let me see if I still got the picture. I checked out the day I actually checked out Monday morning. I'm leaving there. It's like 3:30 in the morning, and there's one employee working. Let me show you what he was doing. Hopefully, I still have that picture. All right, I do. So one employee working. Here he is. Can you see what he's doing?
He's snoozing.
He's like fast asleep, sitting there at the job. And like he didn't even realize I checked out. I slid my card. I was like, "Here you go, man." He's just like snoring in my face. So I said, "Man, I took a picture. Like I emailed it to the GM, and they really they're trying to blame it on Booking.com for why the mix-up happened. But I mean, I know it's them because whenever I got there, The guy canceled my reservation and rebooked it because he didn't know that the room number that I had booked for was even an existing room. So
Wow.
you work there. How do you not know this room exists? So he had to actually walk down the hall and see if that room number existed.
All right, if that room number doesn't exist, how can he charge you for it?
You know?
Right.
The lag must be a little bit worse than normal because I don't know if y'all are seeing it.
No, it's just it's the whole internet. I mean, you guys keep on getting knocked off and come back on, knocked off, come back on.
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
but Fishing and Picking was asking about one of those kind of places near UAB. There's a good, not a lot of stuff. UAB's in downtown Birmingham.
Mm-hmm.
I would not stay in downtown Birmingham. I would get away from downtown if you can. I think you said Fultondale or somewhere like that.
Okay, we'll be dry soon, okay?
But so hopefully everybody's having a great Thursday. I can't believe it's already Thursday. You know, seems like this week has just flown by. But,
yeah.
So what's our topic? I'm sorry, I wasn't even prepared.
Our topic is what was your worst mistake reselling, and
Wow.
that's one of them that I just discussed. That's definitely one of them.
I knew there was a point in there somewhere in that discussion.
Yeah.
Starting a YouTube channel. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I don't know if it'd be hard. I can't think of anything. I'm trying to think of something specific. Early on, definitely, and I think this is a common thing. We've talked about it before. Just not understanding shipping when you get like the situation with Derek was in.
Yeah.
You know, Derek learned from that. He looks back. You think, wow, I can't believe I did that. You know,
Right.
Shipping
Right.
is something that can definitely kill you as a business if you don't get a hold of it, quick enough.
They see you. Calm down.
And I know that's not a specific example, but that's the first thing that comes to mind.
Oh,
Right.
sorry, guys. She's finicky. She just had a bath.
Uh-oh.
I know. You don't want to be in the towel. I know that.
What? Anybody in the chat got anything? I think Don Tuip Chick said, so far my worst mistake is related to shipping as well.
Yeah. Shipping is rough early on.
I think that's pretty much a lot of people. Yeah, that's it for everybody. First, real mess up.
Yeah.
I mean, you have some really bad buys. I mean, you make a mistake. You see, I looked at the comps wrong, and you buy 5, 6, 7 of the things that you think is going to make $27, $30, and it's like it tanks like 2 seconds after you buy it.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And that's what I was going to say. I think one of my worst when I started mistakes was not knowing how to properly comp and check the rate of how fast something will sell.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'd go to auctions or whatever, and I'd kind of walk the auction floor, and I'd just bring it up on eBay and type it in and look at what people were asking for the stuff, and be like, oh well, this thing, let's sell it for $80. Well, no, it wasn't. That's what they were asking for it. After I learned check the solds and the sell through on it, it's not going for $80. It's going for $25 because that's the highest one that's sold.
All right. Along that lines, and this is just a generic question, not directed at Tommy or anybody, but just if you had 2 items or 2 groups of piles of items, that may be all the same or whatever, you do the research and you've got this pile that's going to sell once every 6 months, you're going to make $500 on it. Okay. This pile over here, you're going to sell 15 of them a month at $10 a piece, guaranteed, based on the sell-through rate. Right? Which one is a better buy?
I would go for
115
sales.
Turn it quick.
I would do that because in the long run, I'm going to make more money over that 6-month period than sitting on that $500 item.
Right. And one thing you got to understand about sales in general, Amazon, even more than eBay, but sales like that, sales history is repeatable. It's cyclical. If something sold for, 15 times overall on eBay of an item, there's a good chance 15 more are going to sell next month and 15 more are going to sell the month after that.
Yeah.
If that $500 item only sells once every 6 months, it's probably going to be at least 4, 5, 6 months again before somebody else sells one potentially, Right. And I think that's why it's important to look at sell-through rates, and I think that's another easy common mistake to make when you first get started. You comp something and say, hey, there's an iPhone 3 and I saw one that sold for $80. Well, how many of them sold in the last 3 months?
Right.
Not understanding sell-through rates.
Right.
I know I was guilty of that when I got back into it after a good little hiatus from selling on eBay. Was buying things that didn't have a good sell-through rate, and that'll hurt you just as bad as not understanding shipping.
Yep. I did
that
a lot.
That can help your death pile increase.
Yep.
Or even your listed inventory.
Right.
There were a couple of things that came through in the chat. I saw something a minute ago. I started. Siosa sells too many platforms too fast. She says only 2. I assume like eBay, Amazon, eBay, Mercari, something like that. Bought a bunch of belts from liquidation.com. Such a bad buy. I think we're talking about multiple platforms tomorrow, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big advocate of get your stuff in front of as many eyes as you can. If that means multiple platforms, it's great. But you've also got to realize what kind of overhead you have by doing that potentially. Are you struggling to maintain one platform well? And I don't want to go too far into that because we're going to talk about that tomorrow. But that could multiple platforms could be a positive or negative. It could be a mistake. It could be a blessing.
Yeah.
You never know. Andy the Good Life, who's here in Alabama, listing inappropriate magazines in the wrong eBay category. And it's not just that type of item that you can have trouble out of. Is there are some categories that aren't even quote unquote adult related like that you'll get a strike or something on eBay if you list in the wrong category. I think they're trying to crack down on that.
For sure. Hey, what's up, Matt? Part-time Pickers is in the house. Good to see you.
What's up, man?
I like the one that John
this week. Is it today?
Do what?
Did we go through and welcome everybody? I don't remember doing that.
We jumped in and got it going.
All right, let me go through and welcome some people into the show right now. I'm going to go all the way up to the top.
Uh-oh.
See who our first person was. First person always gets brownie points in my eyes. Oh,
don't talk brownies. I'm hungry.
Apparently my thing don't go all the way to the top, so I'll just welcome in from what I got. Just me, Kathy. Good morning to you. Lisa C. Always awesome to see you in the chat. Alabama Thrifter. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Melissa Cape. Good morning. Fishing and Picking. How you doing, man? No, they did not leave the light on for me. The Shamrock Pixie. I love your new logo, Destiny. It's awesome. Perlini. What's up, Miss Lynn? Good to see you. Andy the Good Life. What's up? Myra Elaine. Thank you for being here today. She said no, they took the light bulb. Yeah, pretty much. John Jones. She said he just watched Live PD. He said avoid hotels in Rhode Island. LOL. Yeah, me and Eric were watching a little bit of that too, and he was showing me the places where people were getting busted.
Yeah, I mean, literally, they're in East Providence. They're in my town right now.
Yep. The amazing Rump Stump reseller, Jamie. How you doing, Jamie? Good to see you. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure you make her a mod on all of your channels. Same with Lisa C. Two Hip Chicks. What's up, Dawn? Margot, Florida Hidden Treasures. Good to see you. Michelle Lathan, good morning to you. Over in Virginia, I believe. If I missed anyone, make sure you say something so we can greet you.
Yep.
Yosa Sales, good morning to you, Lisa. In it to flip it.
All right, I'm gonna record everybody's. I'm gonna record a welcome from everybody, and we're just gonna push a button, and it's gonna.
Harold Vickers, yeah, man, I will mute it the next time the cat starts meowing. Sorry about that. Kelly, the Econ Mom Ward. I think she might have been the first one. Think back. So you get the brownie points, Kelly.
I think she was.
Even if I'm wrong. Aaron Marcus, the man, the myth, the legend. How you doing, man? If you want to drop your link so we can go and drop some votes for you in your quest to get those free teeth, definitely feel free to do so, man.
Andy the Good Life's got another good point. Mistakes and just like we're talking about. I've seen several people in the past not pull the trigger on stupid good deals because the cost is high. on that particular purchase. I don't know about a mistake. I can see that, but that's another one of those. It depends, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because I know I've walked away from a great purchase just because I didn't have the cash at the time.
Yeah.
I can definitely see, wanting to make those, but again, I think that's in one of those. That situation doesn't fit everybody because you don't know the situation.
Yeah.
Makes
sense.
Like Derek. If Derek came up on 5 pallets of computers that worth $1 million, he could get them for $300. You have nowhere to put that stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to, pick at what Andy's saying. I understand exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But
But if Derek comes across a deal like that, he better call me because I'll be heading over there to buy them computer.
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly. But I'm just using that as example. You just never know. Is it cash flow problem? Is it I'm already struggling to keep up with what I've got? Do I not have room to store it? Do I know that I'm not list it?
And kind of to that point, that was one of I started this business off $500 purely.
Right.
I mean, I went to my father-in-law. He's like, "How much do you need?" And I said, "I think I can do it with $500." And I did, but I did it a lot slower because I only had $500.
Yeah.
So there's things I passed up buying the $60 stereos at the rummages.
Right.
That I could pull $350 out of on a pretty quick turn because I felt, no, I got to stretch this $500 out. So I got to buy these $2 and $3 items to make $12 and $15. If I was to do it all over again, my strategy would have been going the other route.
Yeah.
So I think that was probably one of my biggest mistakes that held me back was the way I invested the capital that I had to start with.
Yeah.
I don't think it was wrong. I think it was more of a, everybody's got to find their own way. You probably learned a lot from the path you've taken,
I did. Now, it wasn't that it was a wrong decision because it still worked.
Yeah.
Right.
I just, when I go back and think about it, and you always have that, if I know then what I know now, I think I would have grown a lot faster. I would have made more money doing less work.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Well, I think that's what a lot of people, and I don't like bashing any particular product line, but a lot of people that are, that have sold just the run of the mill typical clothing, a lot of times that really becomes a grind. I know you can make money at it. It gets back to how hard do you work for that dollar, that $5, that $10. How much do you want to make? And I'm not saying clothing is bad. I know you sell a good bit of clothing, Tommy. I know a lot of people in the chat sell a lot of clothing, but I think, it gets to the point with clothing, in my opinion, I've just tried to become more selective with the clothing I pick up, because so many people are selling clothing.
With me, I find unless it's an interesting piece, I really don't want to mess with it just because it's so boring to me. Like jerseys, I love listing jerseys because I like jerseys, you know what I mean? Or like military stuff or anything that's like cool that I deem cool at least, you know what I mean? Because I'm not like
that's why you had that look on your face when I found that military jacket.
I wonder if that went with the knapsack I got.
It could have.
I think with clothing, I've gotten to the point where it needs to be bright looking. Bright stuff, in my opinion, does a lot better than the drab, white, blue, anything with logos. Just the run of the mill stuff, it'll sell, but is it really worth your time a lot of times? But
no,
you never know.
I did. I didn't know. We didn't know fashion at all. I still don't know fashion. I'm a flight pants and hoodie guy. But we wanted to get into the clothes because the clothes were cheap at the bins, and I thought anything embellished is gonna sell. Jeans with bejewels on them and stuff. I thought because that's what I was seeing on Poshmark, not paying attention to the brands because I don't know them. So I thought I was gonna go out there and I was gonna buy these dollar jeans with these bejeweled things on them, and take pictures and list them and find out, they're faded glory, and Walmart sells these for $12. Brand new.
Andy, the Good Life is dropping a lot of good information here. And this is not it's more of a local thing. He says, I think some people make the mistake also of not socializing with other local resellers and bouncing info off of one another, treating it more like a competitor or a threat. Definitely. Even if they're not eBay sellers. I've got a few eBay sellers in my local area, but I've got more. I've got more women that sell on Facebook Marketplace and things like that. And, I remember where I told the story. It's been a while back, but I had a guy that was a regular in our thrift store. He was big into sporting goods equipment, which that's my knowledge base as well.
Yeah.
Because I've been a coach and I played sports growing up. I have a good knowledge base in that. But he picks up a lot of bats, helmets, things like that. And we both walked up to the bats at the same time, and I reached down to pick one up, and he started yelling at me. All but he wasn't yelling out loud, but he all but yelled at me. He's like, "You only look at these bats because I do."
Yeah.
I was like, "Dude," it felt like he owned the store or something. I was like, "Just back off," And I think a lot of people look at it in that way sometimes. Just, I've got to get out there and beat this person. I got to find the better stuff. If I'm outsourcing with Derek and I walk past something and Derek picks up a $5 million Hot Wheels because I walked by it, good for Derek. I didn't have the knowledge. Derek did.
Right.
Do I not like Derek for that? No. I'm going to say, hey, great find.
No, that's all the more reason I like Derek, because he's one of those people I can learn from.
Right. You can learn from
what we were talking about the other day in our show is learning from people. You don't make friends, make networks, make associates, and so you can learn that, because after talking to Derek and becoming friends with Derek and taking him to the flea market with me virtually through the phone, I look at a totally different group of stuff that I've never would have looked twice at before.
Right.
Same thing with the Anthony when we went to we were at Brimfield, at the bins, and at Stavers. It was like, wow, what the heck, But the same thing with me. Anthony pulled up stuff that I wouldn't have thought of, like plush. I never really got into plush. All of a sudden, we're at the bins and we're throwing plush at each other.
Wow.
There is money in the. I sell plush. I mean, it's not like one of my main things. I'd say my plush maybe, I don't know, 15%. Our stores around here sell the plush way too much. I'm not paying $4 or $5 for a plush. But when we get into like Appleton, where I was talking, and we can pick these plush up for 60 cents.
Yep.
Man, I grab them up and I'll fill 2 garbage bags. Last time we went, 2 garbage bags full of plush from Goodwill.
Right.
And it sells through pretty good.
Right. Sometimes it does have longer. You have to sit on some of it,
but like my Disney, anything Disney goes really good for me. Anything cartoon related, if it's just like a plush, a unicorn or something like that, it's a little slower. But if it's anything character related, it usually goes pretty good. And I learned that. I just didn't know that. I learned that from talking to somebody else that I met. They're like, man, you're passing up on the plush, dude. And I'm like, who's going to buy a stuffed animal? Who's going to buy a used stuffed animal?
You would be amazed.
Right. And I was.
I saw through a lot of plush.
I know a lot of times with some of the stuff like the little lambs and, little soft things, the non-character style stuff, I've sold 1 or 2 and sold for decent price. And I get this message, hey, my son or daughter is autistic or whatever. And this was the one that she's had for years and we can't find it. We've lost it, and they won't. Some kids want to have that exact same item. Yep.
No,
and I'm not. Barry Thrifty Santa had a question. He said, "I sold a pair of jeans and shipped in a padded flat rate. Just got a message: delivery attempted. No access to delivery location at 10:05 p.m. Wow. Will UPS try to deliver again? I think with the delivery attempted, don't they try one more time or put something in the mailbox? Or I'm not 100% sure.
If it's no access to delivery, I had something like that once, and what it was is somebody ordered something while they were on vacation, and where they were on vacation, they ordered it to that address, but it wasn't actually like there wasn't a place to deliver mail there. Really, it was an address as far as like Google Maps, but there wasn't a postal address. So they couldn't deliver it. It was actually a house on stilts out in the middle, off the beach somewhere. You know.
Oh wow.
So it depends on the situation. There was absolutely nothing I could do. I messaged the people and they said, "Oh, okay, I'm on vacation. Here, if you get it back, and you can just send it to my house and whatever." And
yeah,
it ended up working out. Just message the people and tell them the message you got and see how to proceed.
I had the same thing happen when something was delivered to a business after hours.
And I did explain to the people that this happened with that, I did pay for the shipping to send it there, that I would have to charge them the additional shipping when I got it back to re-forward it to their house, and they had no issues. They were real cool and understanding with it. Just approach them nice and be nice, and a lot of times you'll get a decent response.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. Talking about plush, Cody the Econ Mom Ward says there are groups on Facebook for people who post looking for this plush toy. Wow, I didn't know that. That would be a good resource for, you know a lot of the character stuff, but almost being a personal buyer for these people,
right?
Or looking for things that you need to keep your eyes out for when you're looking at plush.
I'm gonna have to try to find that because I literally have bins and bins and bags full of plush.
T's Flips, which I believe is in Huntsville or Alabama somewhere. Have a mini plush and hadn't had an offer at $4.99 plus $4 shipping. Not every plush sells well and sells fast. You just gotta. I don't sell a lot. I've sold probably 15 or 20 plush over the last year and a half, and I've probably got 15 or 20 in about a bag, and I've got probably 10 that are listed.
John Jones has a good one here. He says he had an order shipped to an airplane sitting at an airport in New York once. Address had the plane's tail number in it. Amazingly, it was delivered.
Wow.
Wow.
I've
never heard of something like that before. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that's different.
I sold a tie a while back, probably a year ago. And the guy wanted me to overnight it. He said he was traveling, like you were talking about, on vacation. Like he was traveling on business. And he paid up to have priority shipping. Well, I shipped it out within my time that I was supposed to. And it got there after he had already checked out.
Ooh.
So they sent it back. But, I said now, he didn't ask for express, which would have been overnight. He just asked for priority. I don't remember where it went. That's really the only situation I've had like that. It came back and I never heard from the guy. Because obviously I didn't have his regular address.
Yeah.
Sent him a message on eBay, never heard anything. Wow.
In a situation like that, how long does it take you to relist it?
Do it.
In a situation like you just had that you explained, how long did it take you to relist that item?
I'm trying to remember the exact time. I probably waited a month or so before I relisted just to make sure that he didn't come back. It wasn't a huge I probably paid more in shipping than he paid for the tie.
Gotcha.
Tie is something I've kind of gotten away from. I went through a phase of picking those up, like I think everybody probably has. If you're going to see the Hermes, or however you pronounce it, some of the big name ties, I'd pick them up. But I think that's another market that's become flooded.
I did that. I went to our thrift store over here and I bought a ton of ties on what I thought was a great deal because they just wanted to move them. And I figured out why they wanted to move them, because they couldn't move them. And I came home and I was like, man, I got to make money. I mean, it was like a shopping cart full of ties. And I was like, I got to make money on this side. And I paid like $20 for the whole shopping cart full of ties.
Have you sold one yet?
Yeah. And I sold a whole bunch of them on Derek's auction.
Yeah.
Plush Memories Lost Toy Store. I need to check that one out.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to
grab that. I'll go find it
right now.
I brought these ties home and we were so excited, and I started running the brands, and I'm not that it was a bad buy for somebody just starting out that had very limited money to start out with. It would have been a great thing, but for me to come home and listen to find out I'm only going to make $4 to $6 a tie, I was like, oh, that's a whole lot of work for not a lot of money. So then we just bulked them up and took them to Derek's auction for either somebody. I mean, there were some nice ties there. There was like no Donald Trump or Hermes ties or anything. But a businessman, people wanted to give them out as gifts. I mean, there were some pretty cool like novelty ties that just weren't high end names.
Yep. I haven't been keeping up with the chat very well. Let me look back through here and see if there's anything else. Andy, God, I keep stopping at Andy. He's I don't know if he's working today. I hadn't talked to him in a while. Do you consider having a bad attitude a mistake in reselling? I see people all the time complaining about eBay this and eBay that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I did a quick video on mine yesterday about slow sales and how, we always blame it on the summer slowdown.
That was a good video. Like, really makes you think, like, what can you do to affect those sales?
Right. And in my opinion, I'm not trying to call anybody out, but it's control what you can control.
Yeah.
I can't control what eBay does. I can't control what buyers do. I can control what I do.
Right.
That's the only thing I can have an impact with is what I do. But I can see, bad attitudes, in my opinion, after coaching and, I've taught at Sunday school, at the church, things like that, at different ages. I've taught first, second grade Sunday school. I've worked with the youth. I've worked with kids in high school with coaching and everything. I always make the comment when you talk about attitude, it doesn't take any talent to have a good attitude.
Yep.
Number two, in a team environment, in a school environment, in a church environment, within a group, a bad attitude spreads a lot faster than a good one does. It's a lot easier to have a negative impact on somebody than it is to have a good impact on somebody. Right. So yeah. How does that affect your reselling? I don't know how I would apply that. I'm trying to think, if you're in a group of people, you've got that one bad apple, is that going to, turn the whole conversation that way? Potentially. If you're working with somebody you network with, trying to buy a product or whatever, having a bad attitude could affect what kind of pricing you get. Mm-hmm. Having a bad attitude at a garage sale.
Yep. We know Anthony had a good attitude at Savers.
Good. That's how I approach everything, though. You know what I mean? I just approach people and friendliness and charm, and typically that makes them want to work with me. What's up, Nate? Every day I'm hustling. Commonwealth Picker. Congrats on the 1K again.
Yeah.
And Blanton Cruders. Good to see you.
Jamie, I'm trying to scroll back, see if we missed anything while we're still going. Jamie's got a great point. She said, and this was a little bit earlier ago, never go to the bins alone. You never know what you're passing. So yeah. Having two set sides like y'all went. I'm sure Derek saw stuff where y'all talked, hey, you need to be looking for this, or you're pointing out to him, hey, make sure you never know when there's a learning opportunity. But she said, never go to the bins alone. You never know what you're going to pass. My mom found 2 Daisy Kingdom pinafore dresses that I had just bypassed.
That sucks. Yeah.
But that was a cheap learning experience. Mm-hmm. Next time she sees them, she'll know what to look for.
Yeah, I was kicking myself. I had something in my hands at the bins. It was a full winter snowsuit from the Vermont Snow Patrol. And I know it was a large. I know it would never fit Anthony, the ghost, or myself, but it had all the patches. I know I should have grabbed it and probably brought it home and probably put it up, because I know somebody would. That's one of those ones where it's made for like -7, -10 degrees.
Yeah.
I need to bundle that with my my snowblower I've got down here.
I know some of those people out in Wisconsin could definitely use one of those.
Well, I'm telling you, man, we get cold here.
Yeah.
So any other mistakes? I mean, sometimes it's easier to point out other people's mistakes than it is to point out your own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what else would be.
I mean, a lot of things. I mean, you consider. I mean, did I make a mistake going on eBay, or did I make a mistake starting on Poshmark? Did I make a mistake doing FBM instead of FBA? a lot of things that people make mistakes on, and they sit back and they go, "Man, why did I do that?" But
theoretically, if you've not made a mistake on a big, large purchase, that you just made a bad buy, making one or two small bad buys, that happens. I don't care how good a reseller, how long you've been doing this, you're going to make a bad buy at some point. Yeah. It's just part of the game. You know, I think making those mistakes that are, you know, a lot of the mistakes you make are cheap, typically are cheap learning lessons.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that's the key. It's a problem when you make that same mistake, whatever that mistake is, over and over again. Yeah. You know, you do the same thing, you're going to get the same results. You know, we learned
festering out of roll. Yeah. It's so true.
Mistakes aren't always a bad thing if like you say, Craig, if you learn from them.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna make mistakes. It's gonna happen. It's just learning from them and correcting it so you can try to. You can't always, but try to prevent it from happening again.
Right. Don Two Hip Chicks, did I make a mistake going on YouTube? No. I think it's just like anything. I've got a semi-addictive personality. You know, if I do something like YouTube, I'm gonna spend a lot of time on it. You know, it can be a time suck. You know, but it can also be a positive. It can also be a positive. You know, some people that can't get out and about. Some people that have quote unquote social anxiety. It's a lot easier to get in front of a camera like this and talk to people than it is to be face to face with them. You know, I think it brings out a lot of opportunities potentially.
Yeah.
It's again, I hate to lump it and say YouTube is bad. It can be bad.
I've had that same question for myself. Did I make a mistake getting involved with YouTube? And I really thought about it, you know, pretty hard. And I realized getting involved with YouTube wasn't a mistake. The mistake was letting myself get emotionally involved with YouTube was the mistake.
And it's hard. And it's hard, probably more so for the females than it is for the males. I'm not saying it's not, but, you know, disconnecting emotionally, you know, because some of these people, like we were talking yesterday after we got done with the show, you know, the four of us have almost got to the point where we're YouTube roommates, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of people do. You spend so much time with people that you kind of feel invested.
Yeah.
You know, and it's great to have community. And, you know, but it's, you know, you got to have thick skin with a lot of this stuff.
Yep.
You know?
DG Picker said he screwed up getting involved in so many platforms. And, you know, I did that. I jumped and I was like, man, I got to get my product out in as many eyes. And doing that, it's a good thing. I mean, every platform is going to bring new eyes.
Yeah.
What I had to learn was when I do that, I got to be very organized about doing it. Doing that and not being organized about doing it, it can be the mistake that can totally take you down.
Yeah. I had an issue with that, like with Poshmark early on. I'd forget to mark the other one as sold or delete the other listing once one would sell from eBay to Poshmark or vice versa.
Yep.
So I went and I actually just deleted all of my active listings on Poshmark until I felt like I was in a better position to handle both. Just because I have so much new inventory coming in all the time. Like I literally don't have any more room in my basement to fit a lot of the stuff. That's why I've been so happy to get on some of these auction shows and liquidate stuff, just because I literally don't have the room. And it's getting to the point where I'm going to have to start thinking about, okay, well, do I need to think about a storage unit or some other kind of, you know, place to store stuff if I continue at this pace.
Right.
So, with all that going on, I just haven't had the wherewithal to handle both. However, lately, now that I've been doing Mercari, it's a little bit easier just for the fact that I've only listed like my retail arbitrage / brand new inventory there. So I know if something brand new sells, then I go and delete it right away, you know?
Right.
So that
it does take a little bit of overhead to manage that. I almost made that mistake recently.
Yeah.
I sold a shirt. I had it cross-posted on Poshmark, and it was on Poshmark and eBay. I don't think it was on Mercari. I don't have a lot on Mercari. and it sold on eBay. I shipped it, didn't even think about it. I'd forgotten that I had it over on Poshmark.
Yeah.
Because I just don't. I've got a closet of like 10 or 12 things on Poshmark. It gets none of my attention.
Yeah.
And I don't think you get a lot of notifications or emails or anything that you got an offer. So you have to open up or see the notification on the app. And I just kind of forgotten about it. And I got over there just to mess around with Poshmark casually the other day. And I'm like, I just had an offer on that shirt that I don't have anymore.
Yeah.
I was like, and luckily they retracted the offer and all that. But it's, you know, it's easy to get spread too thin, you know. And Poshmark was a platform I decided just was not worth my time because it took too much time. I figured I could make better money with my time doing something else.
Yeah.
You know, but that's just me.
I was talking to Tommy yesterday. I was networking yesterday at one of the local stores, and this gentleman's been doing Amazon since the beginning, almost 93, 94. And he was telling me about a affiliate site called Philz, Fillz, Fillz, and it helps you work with bulk sales. If you have 20 pieces, 10 pieces, where you can do a bulk reduction on price throughout, so you don't have to go individual. He says you got to take a look at it, and I said I'll let you, Tommy, and you know more about it, so you can take a look at it and see if it's anything that would be good for our resellers to use. I mean, he's been doing it for a while, so.
But to change your prices,
yeah,
on Amazon,
eBay, and whatever. If you can set up as bulk, like a bulk reduction, and it's. Have you got a chance to look at it yet, Tommy?
No, I really didn't. I brought it up so I wouldn't forget about it, but I haven't looked into it. But it's definitely, from what you were telling me, something that has piqued my interest in finding out more.
With Amazon, I don't know if that's a free tool or not. I don't know much about it, but in the Amazon world, a lot of people, I hate to use the word everybody because I know everybody does it, but a lot of people use a repricer. Is the terminology on Amazon. And the deal with Amazon is you have a lot higher chance of selling something if you have the buy box. It's that one click, buy now kind of thing. Because Amazon's different than eBay, and it will adjust. You can set your rules, your business rules up about how you want to reprice. It'll keep you competitive. It's a real time thing. If every 5 minutes it'll go out and reprice your item. Right. But they're pricey. You have to pay a monthly fee, and they're not cheap. Yeah, exactly. Reprice. I'm not sure.
I think this gentleman I'm going to really, really talk to more and more. He's willing to sit with me and talk with me about different things because he's been doing it for so long too, and he's also it's networking, but it's also a definite grab because he is a manager and he's going to be helping me get bulk items when they come in. So I think it will be where doing Mercari, I can definitely throw those out, or if I get something that I know maybe Tommy could use, or you or Anthony, I can be like, listen, I can get 2 cases of this. I'll have them shipped right to you.
Yeah, you're done, man. I'll take them.
Yeah,
I don't got room, but I'll make it. I'll find somewhere to put it.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, because it's a place where it's regional, so I might get something, and you guys don't get it because it's coming out of one distribution center,
right?
So it'll be definitely something that we can definitely look at. So,
Kim says, Kim Borderline Horror says, I wish I still had my enclosed trailer. I could kick myself for selling that after I was done racing. Sure, it would be handy right now. I mean, you just never know with stuff like that, Right. Talking about having storage space and storage units and all that, kind of stepping back from it and thinking about it. And I know a lot of times I talk about the perfect world, what would be the perfect situation? The perfect situation would be I have like a 10 by 10 room, and that's all I need. Because if I've got to have a lot of room storing stuff, I want stuff that moves fast at a decent rate. You know, talking about replenishables. You know, I mean, replenishables is a great game to get into.
Yep.
eBay, Amazon, whatever. You know, and I'm not saying you don't need space, but you know, in the perfect world, I want stuff that moves fast and I make good money on. Do I do that currently? No,
Right.
But you know.
Kathy's dropping some links down below, guys. Help me get far away from that 666 number. If I get another drop and I get there again, I'm gonna be sad. I'll be begging people for subs to get me away from that. I don't do that, but I don't mess around with that 666. I don't want that on my channel.
Yeah, 666. You know, the only thing better than 666 is 1,000.
Yeah, I guess if you can get me there, I wouldn't have any problem with it, right?
Yeah.
We're getting there. We're getting you there.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing is that any of these worst mistakes we've made, there's not anything that's just flat killed somebody's business potentially. You know, there are things you can recover from.
Yeah.
You know, and that's good to hear. Hopefully, anybody that's brought up mistakes they've made, hopefully they've learned from them and haven't made that same mistake again. You know. But
Don says 667, the neighbor of the beast.
the neighbor. Nice. I've got to get out here at about 10 after, so
that's fine.
Whatever we want to do time wise, and don't feel like you got to shut it down.
Put down when we're gonna go. Not a problem.
So,
anybody have any questions or anything, or any good insights you'd like to put on there in regards to this topic, or even anything else?
What's our topic? No, I'm kidding. What have we been talking about the last hour?
I'd just say, you know, you're always going to make mistakes because you're not going to always know everything. And when you do, don't get down on yourself. Don't develop a disgruntled or bad attitude from it. Don't be like, well, maybe this ain't the thing. Just take your mistake and turn it into a positive learning experience and move on from it. Don't let yourself dredge on it, because in this game, there's a lot of mistakes to be had, and it's just you don't usually figure them out until they bite you a little bit, and then you just got to move on. You know.
Scott's got an opinion on the topic. Says the topic is lame. He doesn't make mistakes.
That's true.
Nice.
If we could all be the bearded picker, we'd all be a lot better off.
That must be what they teach up in North Alabama. We don't get that down here.
It would take me much too long to grow a beard of that stature.
I'm getting there.
It took me almost 35 years to get what I got now.
Have you watched any of those channels? I think I've seen, maybe not channels, but I've seen several videos where a guy goes like a year and a half, 2 years without shaving. He does a video every day, and it's roughly standing in the same spot, so you can do the time lapse.
Right.
They were pretty cool.
Kimmy says her worst mistake, in her opinion, was for her first 6 months. She didn't have much of an inventory system. Took her 6 more months to fix it. 3 years later, she's still trying to find the best way. Yeah, implement, if you're going to deal on any scalable size, you know, definitely implement an inventory system from the jump. If you plan on making it a business, if you're a hobbyist, you know, you got 50, 60 things that might not be so bad. But if you're going to plan on scaling to any sizable amount, definitely implement an inventory system right off the bat. It'll be a lot easier in the long run.
Yeah. West Max Jerry said, I got a bunch of HP printer ink, which expired 2012. Is it worth posting on eBay? Oh, you got one of the zip up bags?
Yeah. This is how I've begun storing my plush. See, like a PB number 5, that just means plush bag number 5. I got 4 of these that are just unlisted plush.
I don't have one like that, but I've got I use the bigger zip up bags that like a comforter comes in that are clear.
Yeah.
And they're really good. I really like clear stuff like that where you can see stuff. Something else. Wes Max K was asking about the printer ink that expired in 2012. Yeah, well, I think we talked about that printer ink yesterday briefly, the day before. There is a market for it. Just make sure you put out there that it expired on this date. People like Tommy and other people will refill it. I think that's where the value is, I mean, obviously something expired like that, you're not going to get top dollar for it, but it should sell. Fishing and picking. I'm the master of mistakes. I've been married 5 times and bankrupt 3 times, and I still can't learn. Yeah. You might be a redneck if. I'm
going to jot that down. Tommy, I know you keep track of the topics too.
Yep.
You know, I think we talked about that briefly before. Does being a buyer on eBay make you a better seller?
I think it can definitely have influence.
Yeah.
You know, if you think like a buyer, does that help you in your listing process as far as titles, descriptions? If I'm looking for a product, how would I look for it as a buyer? You know?
Scott, I was cool with each one of those teams until you said Patriots.
Yeah.
We should have slashed them.
Gross.
Jamie says Scott's Cubs fan status is a bigger mistake than being a Bama fan. Wow. Anything else going on? What's today? Today's Thursday.
Today's Thursday. Yep.
I'm kind of disconnected with what's going on today. I can't think of anything.
Well, me and Tom
show this morning. Yep. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Me and Tommy have our 2:00 show coming out. Reselling Coast to Coast. We're gonna be picking up the cars. You still haven't picked a car yet, Craig.
I need to.
I need more to drop the video. Well, I've been like so.
Well, I didn't drop the video.
I've been so.
I've got 11 cars left. So, but
did I grab a car? Did Destiny put in for a car for me?
No.
Okay, well, this is what I want. I want the very last car available. I want the one that nobody else picks. So when you got one car left, that's the one I want.
Nice.
Well, remember, it's the slowest car this week, not the fastest.
Oh, I should chew in that.
Well,
Craig, you might win this week.
Then I want the one with the bent wheel.
I have number 14, 18 through 20, 22 to 26, 28, and 31.
I'll take 18.
18. Tommy.
I was serious. I want the very last car that nobody else wanted.
Okay.
I'll take
Anthony.
31. I'll take 31. I don't know what
31.
it is. I was hoping one of my special numbers would be there, but
nobody knows what they are. Nobody will know what they are until 2:00 today.
DG says he always loses. Well, this might be your chance to win because it's the loser that's going to win.
Yeah. Yep,
exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
The loser's the winner. The winner's yeah.
So I guess we got cars left, guys. So
Myra says 22.
Myra.
Yeah, Myra wants 2, and Reseller Man wants 20.
West Max Gary says, "What's your opinions on global shipping program?"
It's the only thing I use.
Same here.
I like it just because of the safety. If they're asking about cheaper rates, sometimes I will go ahead and do the pirate ship simple export, but only if they're asking for it, because I like the fact that once it gets to Tennessee, it's eBay's problem.
Right.
Or is it Tennessee or wherever the heck it
Kentucky.
goes?
Kentucky.
Whatever.
Close enough.
States over there.
Yeah, close enough. Yeah, it's the only thing I use. I tried doing the simple export on everything, and I got so confused on what can be sent where and how am I supposed to keep track of that. And I just said forget it, and I clicked everything back over to global shipping.
Yeah,
right.
Aaron Marcus wants one too, Derek. He said he'll take whatever one.
Yep.
Nate saying that global shipping program is expensive. Yes. But we had that same conversation about the platforms and the fees we pay. They're doing a lot of the work, whereas with I've not done simple export, but I know you've got to fill out some information for the customs that comes out with your label. I think a lot of people that are buying through GSP realize that that's the situation. They are going to pay I know Canada's probably. I think Canada's one of the countries that they pay a higher GSP rate, but
which is crazy.
It is what it is. It's,
to us pretty much outside of Mexico, depending on where you're at. For me, Canada is the closest other country. Probably Derek and Tommy too.
Yep. Well, definitely for me because it's right there. You know, Canada's
like
150 miles away from me.
Yeah.
Jim and Tara Carey says, I only do GSP. I think if they don't buy it, someone else will. You know?
Yeah.
And again, I think that's, and I'm not trying to single this point out, but just because somebody does GSP or somebody does simple export, there's not a right or wrong answer. You know, it's everybody's made a decision to do whatever they want, whatever is best for their business for whatever reason. You know,
Jamie wants that too there.
Back in the late 90s, I sold international, and it was a pain in the butt to get that customs form and fill it out by hand every time you shipped out something international. And I sold a lot of stuff that way.
Yeah.
But
3 cars left, guys. That's it.
Who else wants a car that has not got one?
The last one's $39.99, isn't it?
Isn't the last one Tommy's or
that's Tommy's? So he owes me $40.
So is there 4 left or what? Is there 4 or is there just 3?
3 more left. That's it.
Okay, so then there's 2 available to the chat then.
No, 3.
3. Okay, Tommy will be the 4th.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you got me in there, number 31?
Unfortunately.
Why? Because I'm a shoo-in to win the worst?
No. I don't know what. Like I said, cars came out of that bin that I bought with you, Anthony. So I don't know what the hell is going to happen.
Yeah, gotcha.
Money from Mars.
I read on
one.
Yeah. This week is the slowest car.
I should have a good chance at winning then.
Yep. Watch, I'll have the fastest car this week.
You're right.
That'd be funny as could be. So I got 2 cars left, guys. 2 cars.
Margot, I don't know if you're talking about the GSP or about the car thing. Derek has Hot Wheels races on Friday evenings.
Yeah.
And everybody picks a car and he does a little tournament style competition. It's pretty fun.
Yep.
It's a good time.
It's a time to
takes us away from the reselling for a little while.
Yep. You guys got to see this video. I'm going to drop soon. It's edited. It's ready to go. I might schedule it this weekend. It's from Derek's Racing Club. Super cool.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
If you're talking about the racing,
yeah. You have to.
It's free, Margo.
Anthony. Okay. Yeah. DG Pickle. Okay. Here's the thing. I thought I would be nice and let Anthony run some races. Anthony did the worst thing any racer starter can do. He broke the cardinal rule.
He said, "Gentlemen, start your engines."
Nope. What did you do, Anthony?
Drop somebody's car on the floor.
Oh my!
From like probably a 3 to 4 foot drop.
You probably got your picture on the wall now.
Derek right up picked it up and he said, "Don't you ever drop a car?" And he's like, "You got to put the tray down." And I was like, "Hey man, I didn't know it was that serious, you know." You got people over there fighting over what car won. I caught a little clip of that, Derek. Everybody was huddled up and we're just gonna re-race them.
John Jones got a good point. He says, like anything else, you need to crunch the numbers with international shipping. A loss here and there is worth the increased profit to me. Don't sell scammy stuff like iPhones, though. I think crunching the numbers or doing your research or doing your due diligence is good with anything you do that impacts your business.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm going to make a change to, back in the day when we had other options besides GSP, besides good till canceled, a lot of people were doing 3 and 5 and 7 day listings. But people were doing different styles of listings because they crunched the numbers. They did the research. They checked and said, this works best for me. You know, and I think that's important with any change you make at that level.
Right.
You know?
Definitely.
Thrifty Santa, you did get a car. Everybody is full. Tommy got his last one. He's number 25.
All right.
No, we do not bet. You can talk to Tommy. Tommy can talk to you about that.
Yeah, it's a clean, fun, no gambling race. But if anybody's interested in side betting, get a hold of me.
You got to do that through the Cash App, though, right?
Yeah.
We'll work it out.
The effect.
Yeah. So we're back on your channel again tomorrow, right, Anthony?
Yep. We'll be on my channel tomorrow. We're going to be talking about should you use multi-platforms or cross-post multi-platforms. That is the topic for tomorrow. I know we've had some people talk about it today, so we're going to dive pretty deep into it tomorrow. It should be pretty good. And I know Craig is going to have to leave here pretty much momentarily, so we'll begin wrapping up. Any final words, gentlemen?
Yes, I am still looking. I am still looking for a vinyl cutter, preferably on the cheaper side, just to get started. Whether it's a small 12-inch creek cut or it's a 34-inch plotter. So if anybody's got one laying around in a storage unit or something, let me know.
Yeah. I don't know everything. I appreciate everybody showing up again today. We had a good crowd. Hopefully we covered everything or any questions. If we missed anything in the chat, we apologize. I tried to keep up. If we did miss something, leave a comment below after the video processes so we can cover that. We've also got the Facebook group that you can ask any questions.
I was just going to go drop a link there because I definitely want everybody to be involved with the Facebook group just because there's just a wealth of knowledge in there, a lot of good people, community. It's a good place to share your content. That way we can help promote you. So definitely go ahead and join that. But one thing I said yesterday, and I'm going to repeat it again today just because I think it's worth repeating, is we're in the process of growing the show. We're going to go out to multi-platforms. You know, it's a good topic for tomorrow, but the show's doing it as well. So we're actually bringing some people on board to be a part of the show in the behind the scenes aspect, you know, as far as moderating, administrating, helping us with video, graphics, like whatever. Like if you have a talent, you want to be a part of this, we definitely want you to be a part. It's not going to be something where you're thankless. We're going to have like an end credit with your information. We'll have you in the link below, and it's definitely going to be a good way so we can cross promote everybody. So here's the link to our Facebook group. If you're interested, this is a great place to go ahead and you know, plug into what we're doing. But yeah, you can email me directly as well, and that way I can get you kind of marked down. We're going to have kind of like a head administrator that's going to be in charge of who does what and when, just because I'm very unorganized. Just full transparency. There's my email. You can feel free to email me anytime, day or night. Doesn't have to be about this. It could be, you know, if you, like Tommy says, if you have a reselling question, I take prayer requests there. You know, you need advice or whatever, hit me up. You know, I'm available 24/7, 365. I'm up all hours of the night because of my back pain and stuff like that. So sometimes I'll catch an email in the middle of the night and I'll respond to you right then and there because I'm up. So you guys need anything at all, I want to make myself available, and I know the other guys are the same.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, I drop my email as well too, and I'm the same way. I mean, if you're in the middle of the night, you're struggling to try to figure something out, throw an email. I check it out, and a lot of times I'm up.
Yep, for sure.
I woke up at like 7 o'clock this morning, and I was like, "Oh my god, I overslept," because I'm usually up at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, for sure. Do me a favor, Cal's Collectibles. Just hit me up on Instagram, and I'll help you out with that. Just because Craig's going to have to bounce here in a sec.
Yeah.
Do you have one more minute, or do you have to go right now, Craig?
I'm supposed to pick him up at 10:15. I probably need it, but y'all can go ahead and finish if you need to.
Yeah, I was just going to pull up a screen share real quick just to show how to comp something on eBay.
That may be a good time. I'm gonna go ahead and head out. I'll
All right.
talk to you later. I appreciate everybody.
Catch you later, man.
All
All right.
All right. So, are you guys seeing my screen?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So, I just want to show you this. You said you have a VHS Flintstone series. So, we'll go Flintstone. If I could spell series VHS. Okay, we'll go ahead and hit search.
Ooh, look at that.
It brings up Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z. How about that?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm not sure if this is what you have here or not, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to the side. I'm going to click sold. So it'll show me if anything's been sold. So here you go. Flintstones Comedy Show Series, 6 VHS tapes. Sold for $4.70, $5 shipping. This was an auction. Let's see if there's any more. There's only 2 found. Here's another one here. $9.99, $4 shipping. So the best way to do is to look at the solds. So I'm not sure which ones you have, but definitely go by this. This is at least a good measure for pricing them. Look here, you got $10.50, $3.79 shipping, 14 VHS tapes right there. So that's the way to go. I don't know if you guys can tell. I've been looking up these fliphead Power Rangers. I'm trying to recollect the whole series. So like all these Power Rangers I'm looking at are over on the side.
Yeah, I never received a call back from that lady.
So that basically gives you a little bit of an idea. You know what? I thought it was illegal to sell taped stuff on eBay. That's weird. Those are on there because I have a whole bunch of stuff from like Elvis and the Beatles, like way back when. Well, they were illegal to sell online. So interesting. But yeah, that's what you do. You just type in what you're looking for, and then you make sure you go to the side and you click sold. And it'll also come up with completed. But sold's the one you really want to look at because it shows you what people are actually paying as opposed to what they're asking. You know, I could have, you know, a napkin that I sneezed in, and I could be saying, "Now this is $1 million because it has my phlegm in it." You know what I mean? Like, no one would pay that. You know what I mean? Some like weird Picksburgh fan person might pay like $1 for it, but look at this naked Peter Griffin. What is going on? What's wrong with this world? All right, so yeah, that's how you comp. It's pretty simple. I just wanted to make sure that you knew that because you can literally do that with anything that there is in the world. So you just type in what exactly it is. Sometimes if you don't have an exact thing, you can always just kind of describe what it is. The nice thing about those VHS is I'm sure they probably have barcodes. So what you can do is you can even use your phone. You can click the little search box, and then right next to it is going to be a camera. Here, let me show you real quick. Just so in case that's the way you do it, you can know. So eBay, open up. Come on. All right. So you got the search for anything box there. I don't know how well you can see it. You click on it, and then there's like a little camera right next there. You click on the camera, and then it's going to bring up a little scanner. Looks something like this. So you just point your camera at whatever barcode it is. It'll scan it and bring it right up for you. So that's the easiest way to do that. You just want to make sure you also filter by solds there too. So that's going to be important.
Another thing that I'd like to point out, in addition to comping, because your eBay comps on your phone go back 60 days, on your computer it goes back 90 days. So, Anthony, how would you go about comping, say, a pair of winter boots?
Winter boots, like first thing I would do is look for like a name brand or a logo. And then I would say winter boots. If they're brown, I'd say brown. You know what I mean? If they have the little plastic over them, I'd say.
Like what I'm saying. Now, winter boots probably didn't sell real well.
Oh yeah,
over the last
time frame. Yeah,
you know. So one thing, and it's kind of hard to do. I wish there was an app version of it. Unless there isn't, I'm not aware of it. But with things that are like seasonal, with the upcoming seasons, it's really hard to comp like Christmas stuff. It's really hard to accurately comp Halloween stuff that's going to be coming into season because our comps don't go back that far.
Yeah.
I use TerraPeak, which will tell me what this stuff sold for last year at this upcoming time.
Right.
Yeah.
So, if you go by your comps, you might have a pair of Sorel winter boots, and it's going to show you the comps are pretty low for them in June, July, August. But now in October and November, those prices could double or triple because that's the season they're going to sell in. And with TerraPeak, I can go back and say, I want the price that these boots sold for between September and January of last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll know what the upcoming price trend should probably be.
Right.
Aaron's asking, would I take down the listing? You mean, like, I haven't actually listed any of the VHS that I have that are like kind of copied off the TV, but if I had one, I probably would if I found out that it was like illegal or I'm not allowed to. I could get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as somebody else's listing, I don't really care what other people do, as long as it doesn't affect me. But yeah, TerraPeak's a good shout out. I know Worth Point, if you need to go even further back than that, is a good one, but you do have to pay for a Worth Point account.
Right.
I personally don't have one. If I need to comp something further back, I just ask a friend who has it. So typically I don't run into that too often, but in the case I do, I've networked well enough within the community that I can, shoot somebody a Facebook message and say, hey, do you mind checking this on Worth Point? So,
right.
But yeah, so that will show you how to do it. But any questions like that you guys have, let me know. Even if we had to pull up a private chat and I have to screen share with you, that's fine. I don't mind. I know Tommy is like really, really good at a lot of this stuff, so he's a great, resource to use.
Yeah, and use it. Like I say, I dropped my email. My YouTube channel has my email. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Yep. All my contacts are those in the description too. All right, Derek, you got anything to say before we bounce out of here?
Nope, just like I said, come and see us on my channel at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Me and Tommy will be doing Reselling Coast to Coast. We'll be talking the racing. We'll be picking all the cars for the racing and probably talking about food like we normally do.
Honestly, I gotta get my snacks together. my snack time.
That's it.
So Aaron was actually talking about, he sent me a text earlier today.
Okay.
About a problem. He got a message.
Yeah, I saw some of
that.
This
message from a person. I actually didn't see the thing you screen printed till just now, or screenshot. But yeah, It came from a person with zero feedback. It has come to our attention that you were in violation of federal trademark and unfair competition laws of Kick Foods LLC, DBA Good Day Chocolate, with its principal place of business, Boulder, Colorado. You are in non-compliance with our trademark by selling our products online. You have 5 days to remove all of our products sold by you online, or will be forced to pursue all legal remedies available under federal trademark and unfair competition laws. So this came from a zero feedback person on eBay. So he's asking if I think it's legit, that this is something.
Look into the company. That's what I would do. I would do a Google search on the company.
Yeah, maybe you could call the company.
Right.
Yeah, that's really weird. I've had a similar thing with I told him with Rosetta Stone, but that was like a Vero thing that came straight from eBay.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so having another person reach out, especially a zero feedback person, could it be somebody who works with the company? Sure. But could it just be
a scammer?
Somebody else? I mean, who knows? It could be somebody selling that same product and they just don't want competition. So, but by the same point, if they're selling that same product, why would they have a zero feedback unless they're like some kind of a scammer type person,
Troll account to chase people off the product.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, Kathy says she calls BS on that.
I don't worry about any of that stuff unless it comes directly from eBay.
Yeah, Aaron says his wife is still freaking out about it. I would call the company, Aaron. You know what I mean? Like, just to be on the safe side, just let them know what happened. You know,
Right.
and just
Take
say,
a deep breath. Don't let things get to you too quick.
And I would respond to that buyer, and I would say, hey, can you prove that you're from this company? Can you send me any kind of,
credential?
Yeah, because like as of right now, you're a zero feedback buyer, and I have no proof that anything you're saying is legitimate. But I would do that, and I would contact the company, and if the company doesn't say anything, like if they're like, yeah, that's cool, I don't care, I'd report the guy to eBay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because he's probably been kicked off a time or two via zero feedback.
Right.
Yeah, Money for Mars is saying I'd call eBay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go through your situation. Go through, check eBay, check with the company. I mean, that's what you got to do. And you'll see as soon as you hear from the company. If you talk to the company, and they're gonna be like, "Who? Why are you calling us?" Then you know it's something definitely wrong.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm glad you reminded me about that, Aaron. I meant to bring that up during the show. I just completely forgot. But yeah, I definitely appreciate everyone being here this morning. Like I said, we'll be back on my channel tomorrow. Make sure you smash that likes button on your way out and subscribe to everyone on the panel because this is a rotational show. Make sure you won't miss any. So I'll see you guys
For now.
For now, yeah, we have big plans, guys, to take this show to another level. So definitely stick with us because there's some cool stuff going down.
Most definitely.
So.
See you guys.